Salut! So today we're gonna see some expressions about the time. So le temps. So here are my expressions: depuis, il y a, pendant, pour, en, et dans. Okay? So we're gonna see how all these expressions work. The first one, depuis. J'habite à Londres depuis 2008. So depuis in English will be since. Yeah. So j'habite à Londres depuis 2008. I live in London since 2008. Literally, in English you have to say I have lived in England since 2008. But as you can see in French, here we have present tense. So it's not past, it's present. J'habite because it's still happening. I'm still living in London for us. So that's why we're using the present tense. With depuis, you don't pronounce the S, yeah? Depuis, and that means since. So depuis is the starting point. So from 2008 onward, I have lived in England, I have lived in London. So j'habite à Londres depuis 2008. This is my starting point. Up until now, so it's up until the present point, so present moment. So it's linked with the present. We have j'habite à Londres depuis 2008. If you want to start with this at the beginning of your sentence, saying from 2008 I've been doing this, we have an expression in French that I've put here, which means ça fait 2 jours que je suis ici. Literally, it does 2 days that I'm here, so I'm here since 2 days. Yeah, I've been here since 2 days, so it's been 2 days that I'm here. So that's what we're saying. We use the verb faire, ça fait, and then you have your starting point, 2 days that I'm here, and you've got present tense here. Most of the time with depuis, we are using present tense, really, almost all the time, unless you've got a negative sentence, and then you have to use passé composé. So if you want to negate this sentence, then you will have to use passé composé instead of the present tense. For those of you who don't know what passé composé is, I've made a video a long time ago about it, so you can refer to that. So you have to say je n'ai pas habité à Londres depuis 2008. Okay? Je n'ai pas mangé depuis 2 jours. I haven't eaten anything for 2 days, since 2 days, literally. Okay? But affirmative, present tense. So depuis, since, and that's the starting point. Il y a will be ago in English. So as you've noticed, il y a means there is, so that's an expression we are using as well here in this context in French, but in English you will translate it with ago. So pretty much every single time you are saying ago in English, you are saying il y a in French, almost all the time. C'est il est arrivé il y a 2 jours, he arrived 2 days ago. So here you are describing a moment in the past. Yeah, 2 days ago something happened. He arrived. So he arrived 2 days ago. Il est arrivé il y a 2 jours. Okay? Then pendant, don't pronounce the T, pendant. And my sentence here, pendant, is j'ai parlé pendant 2 heures. And that means, pendant will means during or for. So in English you're saying I spoke for 2 hours. For, here has to be pendant in French. So pendant, it's an amount of time during which an event happened. So here I spoke during 2 hours, for 2 hours. So it's an amount of time, and that is finished. It's a finished event. So j'ai parlé pendant 2 heures. It's a moment in the past. Here, don't use pour here. I know that in English you're saying for, but this is a mistake. Don't make that mistake. Don't say pour. J'ai parlé pour 2 heures. That doesn't mean anything in French. This is incorrect. You have to say pendant if it means a moment in the past during which you talk. Okay? Pendant. Then we have pour. We do have pour, but you're gonna see it's another context. Pour, which means for in English. Pour. Je vais au Japon pour 2 semaines. And as you can see, I'm going to Japan for 2 weeks. And pour here means and only means it's a planned amount of time. It's a planned time. So I've planned that. So I'm going to Japan for 2 weeks. I've planned it. So it's something that is a duration that's planned. So it's not in the past. Yeah, it's planned. Pour 2 semaines. Then we have en, in. En is the amount of time you need to do a certain thing. For instance, je fais le ménage en 1 heure. I do the cleaning in an hour. So 1 hour is the amount of time I need to do the cleaning. Okay? So with en, I've got the idea that it's with this amount of time I'm doing this task. Okay? Je fais mes exercices en 2 heures. I make my exercises, I do my exercises in 2 hours. So you finish your exercises in 2 hours. So 2 hours is the amount of time you need to do your exercises. And finally we have dans, which means in as well in French. You know that already. Dans, and here my sentence is je partirai dans 4 jours. I will leave in 4 days. And here dans means in, and it's a future. So it's in the future. So it's a moment in the future. So for instance, I will leave in 4 days. So from today, if you count 4 days, that will be the moment I will leave. So it's in the future. So you could say je partirai dans 4 jours, pour 2 semaines. I will leave in 4 days, for 2 weeks. So be careful, because you could say je partirai dans 4 jours, pour 4 jours. I will leave in 4 days, for 4 days. Yeah? So today, let's say we are Monday, so it will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so I will leave on Friday, and I will stay there 4 days. Okay? So, dans 4 jours, it means in 4 days, and pour 4 jours, it's a plan, duration of time, so that's the moment you're going to stay there. Okay? So just to recap, we have depuis, which is the starting point. Then we had il y a, ago, so it's a moment in the past. Pendant is a duration of time in the past, during which something happened. Then we have pour, which is a planned period of time, so something which was planned. Then en, it's the amount of time you need to do something. And dans, it's in the future and only in the future, and that would be in the future. Okay, and then we have this expression which is linked with these ones, the starting point as well, and use ça fait, and it's the amount of time that something happened. Ça fait 2 jours que je suis ici. It's been 2 days that I am here. Okay? Au revoir!